Marius, welcome to the podcast. How are you doing?
Thank you so much. I'm fine, and I'm more than fine. Meeting you. So thank you so much for the invitation. It's a real honor, I have to say. I am always excited speaking with people from the city of Liverpool, and yeah, that's really nice. It's always fun.
Yeah. Well, before we get into obviously the book, I'd like to talk a little bit about yourself.
Ah,
Before the
yeah.
book came along, so you're from Greece. If I'm right in saying you're born in Athens.
I live in Athens. I was born in Patras, the third most, the third biggest city in Greece. But I live in Athens, so yeah.
Okay. And how did the love for Liverpool Football Club come about for yourself?
Yeah, it's a kind of a strange story because I was 11 when Liverpool beat Olympiacos.
Hmm.
And yeah, I'm a Panathinaikos fan, and Panathinaikos are the rivals of Olympiacos. So I remember that day very, very, very good, very well. And we were celebrating in the house. But Steven Gerrard scored that goal, that historic goal. I saw the aura of the stadium, and I could hear in in the living room the atmosphere of Anfield. You could not hear the commentator, the Greek commentator, because of the sound of Anfield, and I was totally surprised. And then I found myself watching Liverpool on that journey that went on to Istanbul. So yeah, and what happened uh, in May 2005, guaranteed my love to Liverpool. So from that year on, from that season on, 2004 2005, I'm a Liverpool fan, and yeah, that now right now I'm 30 years old, so it's a kind of 20-year love.
Yeah. Well, you speaking about that night, it just brings back everything for me. I was at the ground that night,
Oh
and
my god, I'm
I was in
jealous
the
of you.
yeah. But I know this sounds like I'm gloating, and I'm not. But when I was in the ground, I was actually in the stand behind Steven Gerrard when he hit that. So I'm in the upper Anfield Road watching that ball from behind just go straight in the net.
Oh my
Honestly,
god.
one of the best nights, and I don't even. People say it's like one of the best nights of their lives in terms of sport, but it genuinely is up there with one of the best nights I've ever had in football or in life in general because it kind of felt like when that goal went in, nothing could stop us, and
Yeah.
it was just special. It was a turning point in our campaign, which obviously we ended up winning. Um, but yeah, it's great to hear stories from other people and from different cultures and different countries and where they were that night. So yeah,
Yeah.
good, good. And
Yeah.
obviously,
I think that night was, as you said, a turning point because in the 21st century, Liverpool are famous for the comebacks,
yeah,
and I think that comeback was the start of all of them. And then there were so many comebacks right after, like AC Milan, Borussia Dortmund, Barcelona, and yeah, it was an establishment that you could not write off Liverpool
yeah.
anytime. Yeah, so.
Am I right in saying we've had players from Liverpool go to Panathinaikos or vice versa?
Yeah, yeah. The very next season, Igor Bischan came to Panathinaikos,
Yeah,
and
I thought so.
yeah, we had Luis Garcia, Djibril Cisse, of course, a star for Panathinaikos in 2010, and Damien Plessis, Sebastian Leto, also,
Yeah,
of
Leto.
course.
Yeah.
And yeah, we have many players in Panathinaikos, yeah, from Liverpool. Yes, that's true.
You say out of all of them, your names or your eyes seem to light up when you mentioned Jibril Cisse.
Yeah.
What made Jibril Cisse so special at Panathinaikos?
Yeah, his quality, of course, because we hadn't won the championship for 6 seasons, yeah, and then you know then came in Jibril Cisse and was a kind of one of the biggest in terms of the stars of, and his name, his name was too
Yeah,
big for Greece, so he was in a great age, and he performed really well. He really gave everything to Panathinaikos. He we the fans loved him so much, And yeah, and he was one of the best strikers ever came to Greece, and of course he helped us a lot to win the championship that in
Yeah, and I've
2010.
I've
So
seen Jibril post a few times on his social media
yeah,
going back to Panathinaikos as well, and he seems to have a real special bond with the fans there.
yeah, exactly, and that was what we loved at him, because Greek fans are passionate, and
Hmm.
when they see a passionate one inside on the pitch, they love him for it's the kind of mirroring of themselves. We are fans. We want the passionate part of the football, and
Yeah.
when you see someone loving the club so much, you are in love with him also. So
Yeah.
yes, yeah, he's a
Okay. So
great man. Yes,
right now,
yeah,
obviously Liverpool are doing really well, and we have probably the greatest manager of certainly my generation, and obviously yours. Um,
yeah.
Talk to me about the book. Okay, so if you want to talk about the book, the title, and tell us where the idea from the book come from.
Yeah, I will talk about first foremost from the title, because it was the very first thing I thought about it, because I found the title long before writing my very first word. Yeah, because that was the idea that I wanted to explain. I wanted to describe why Jurgen Klopp was a perfect fit for Liverpool, because I think Liverpool, is a kind of it has a great aura, a great something special in terms of socializing, in terms of bonding. We are all together and we work for each other, with each other, and not only for Liverpool FC, Liverpool as a city as well.
Yeah.
And yeah, I witnessed something special in the connection between Jürgen and Liverpool. And yeah, I think the way the football club, the football team works, is in the principles of the teamwork, the love for fellow human being, and all these
Yeah.
kind of things. And I think that Liverpool City, um, well, Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool FC expressed the Liverpool people.
Yeah.
So that was what I want to describe, how a man, a socialist man, in terms of social political, you know, I how this man fits perfect in Liverpool. It was not a football idea. It was a kind of something bigger and wider,
Yeah.
social, political, and of course football. Yes.
Yeah. So the book is called The Social One,
Yeah.
and obviously Jürgen calls himself the normal one. So
Yes.
obviously you've elaborated on how and why you came up with that name, because obviously from my point of view, Jurgen Klopp is more than just a football manager. He's the guy that brought maybe the fans and the club back together when we were in
Yeah.
a difficult moment. Obviously we had good times under Brendan Rodgers, but also after that, I kind of feel like me as a fan, certainly when I was at Anfield, was kind of disconnected from the actual team. But once Jurgen come into the club, he brought that connection back, not only to the fans but also to the city, and he stood up for this city more than I've ever seen anyone come from any country do. It's outstanding, to be honest with you, and he's a hero of ours, definitely. So the book, okay. So talk to me about the book then. So what was, obviously you've explained the title, but what's the reasoning behind why you wanted to do this in the first place, and also for anybody that you want to buy the book, which let's say is a good thing. Um, Tell us why we should buy the book as well.
Yeah. The idea was came to my mind when I saw him celebrating in front of the Cop after the match against Bournemouth in March 2020, right before the lockdown period. And when we wanted 6 points to clinch the first league title in 30 years, and I saw that connection between the Jürgen and the fans in that fist pump celebration. So I thought that there is a story to be told here. We need to explain this success, the Champions League win, the Premier League win, and all that the that Liverpool FC became once again a top club under Jurgen. We need to explain it not in political terms, in sorry, in football terms, and yeah, I think the way I try to describe Jurgen is unique, not only because I did it, but because there is nothing um, similar to it in terms of books. And the magical part of my research was that, okay, I had an idea and I wanted to analyze it and to describe it, but as much as long as I was researching, there was I was finding so many things that I didn't know about Jürgen, and the process of writing the book was a kind of a lesson for me first and foremost as an author. So yeah, I learned so much about Jürgen I didn't know, and I loved him 10 times more than I did before writing the book. So I think um, this is a great reason for someone to read this book. First and foremost, to remember what Jürgen brought to the team. As you said, he changed everything for the first day, and you know, especially last season, and we witnessed that some people seem to forget some of these things, and you know, many people criticized Jürgen more than the appropriate, and we need to remember, because as he said, one day you will not want to see me here, so I will leave. But I think we will always have to remember what Jürgen brought to this team, and I think this book is a kind of tribute to his legacy, to Liverpool, to Liverpool City as well. So yeah, I think anyone who reads this book, I want and I hope to learn some things that didn't know, because you know, there are Jürgen is a kind of life lessons machine. So he every single day, through his words, through his practices, his way that he manages the team, gives life lessons, you know, free to people.
Yeah, I agree. Um, talk to us a little bit about certain chapters in the book then. So, at
Yeah.
what point of the book did you think, or or do you get and you think, yes, this is definitely going to do well? Because obviously, when you're writing a book, the idea of it is to get your thoughts across and get
Yeah.
your feelings and everything like that across to people who want to read the book. So, at what point in the book did you think, yeah, I love this?
I think I have a special chapter, the fourth one, called "Never Give Up," and this is, you know, the slogan, the motto on Mo Salah shirt in
Yeah,
Barcelona night, and I think this is the greatest life lesson of Jurgen Klopp, because you know Jurgen is a man that, as he sarcastically says, he has lost more times than he has won, and I think the perfect life lesson that Jurgen gives to people is how to deal with difficulties and setbacks and bad moments, and you know, in life in general also, because you know, okay, football is football, but you can take life lessons from football and to, you know, have them in normal life. And never give up mentality is a life lessons, because life is full of hurdles, and um, you just have to find the right way to use them for the future. The story of Liverpool is we lost the Champions League final in 2000 18, we came back the very next year and won it. We lost the championship by a single point. The very next year, we found the mentality to come back and win it by far. And this is the life lesson, I think. And then when because a year before I wrote the book, I lost my father, and I had to find the way with my two brothers to support our mother and to go on to our lives and walk on. And that was a kind of never give up. That it was a bad experience, and we had to use it for the future to stand on our own feet and walk on. And yeah, I think that was the chapter that expressed me a lot. And then I thought, yeah, this is this is what I wanted to say to people. I wanted to say that Jurgen Klopp is a life lesson machine. And yet I can still recall the night, because it was night when I was writing it. Yes, so yeah, of course, of
Wow.
course.
See, what I like about this, Marius, is people just see the fact that you've wrote a book, and they don't understand the meaning behind why you've done this. You've just mentioned there you needed to put your energy into something positive after going through such a rough time, and I'm on a similar path. Let's say I lost my
Oh,
brother-in-law a
oh,
year and a half ago now, and when that happened, obviously I've lost a best friend first of all, but secondly, I needed something to focus on because I would no idea where I would be right now, to be honest. So I started this podcast. So for me,
oh my God.
I've channeled something negative into a positive, and it's helped me stay on pretty much the straight and narrow. Let's say,
Yeah.
it's given me something that I can find different things about new people that I haven't met before, like yourself, and
Oh,
obviously
thank you.
it's a nice message that you can send out to spin something negative in terms of emotions and feelings into something positive that you're doing for your life and your family. So just want to congratulate you on that first of all.
Oh, I do it for you also. I congratulate you, because yes, the creative part of some of a person, you never know what is behind it. Yeah.
Exactly.
So yeah, I always support and love the try of everyone in terms of creation. I don't criticize, because when you create something, this is it. It's really cool from the very first idea, because whatever happens, whatever you do, uh, you don't know the reason why someone does something, and you just need to stand up and clap for him. And because yes, um, writing and or podcasting or speaking is that kind of express of an energy, as you said. And
Yeah.
that's exceptional and much needed. I always say to people, when they ask me, "Oh, how you wrote the book?" I tell them back, "You are an author also, but you don't know it."
Hmm.
Because you have an energy, that they want to express, and but you haven't tried it.
So where can first of all, before we talk about just the last couple of things, where can people find your book?
Yeah, it's a kind of online shopping through Amazon, for example, and for the most, because it's worldwide through Amazon, and you can buy it from all across the union, and sorry, the earth. And of course, in the UK, in all the bookstores, the big bookstores like Waterstones and WH Smith, if I say it right. And
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, yes, in the big bookstores in Liverpool, and in Waterstones for sure, because I was in the summer from presenting my book over there. So yeah,
What's the reaction been like?
uh, for me or for the people.
Well, for yourself first of all, and also for the book.
From my tip to Liverpool, you say.
No,
Uh,
so the reaction to the book itself. So obviously the book is something you've wrote. It's been published and it's in the big stores over here. How has the, let's say, reviews been for you?
Okay, yes. I have heard a lot of positive words from people in the city, and the great thing is that in the eyes of the people of the city, I can see the emotions and how important it is for them that one person from outside the UK, a long, far away from the UK, have wrote something about Liverpool.
Mhm.
It's from the start, so important for them, and so they love it from the very first day before because of this. Someone from another country wrote about something we are in love with,
Mhm.
and I can still remember the eyes of the people at the Waterstones in August. It was a kind of Q&A session in the book event, but there were no questions. They were just saying things with eyes,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
wow, it was they were just saying to me thank you.
yeah.
It was a really emotional time, and yes, I really love the attitude of people of the city because it was the very first time I came there in August, and oh my god, I have no words, really,
But
no
this
words.
is what I love to hear, stories like this, because obviously the book is great for a football fan and for a Jurgen Klopp fan. But I
Thank you so
also
much.
understand that the book has spoke positively about the city, and there's so much. Excuse my French here, but there's so much shit spoken about this city that it's unjustified at times, and it gets a bad reputation from certain areas of the country, which is
Oh,
very
really?
unjustified. And what I have to say as a person from Liverpool, it's one of the most welcoming, friendly places that you can ever visit. And hearing stories from yourself, it just typifies that. A guy from Greece who comes to the city and just feels like he's home. That's
Yeah.
exactly what we should feel like.
Yeah, of course. The very first day of my life in Liverpool was, totally emotional because I came there in the morning and I went straight to Anfield for the first time in my life, and I saw the tour, and it was emotional. I came to back to my room, and I had less than 1 hour to relax and then to go to the Waterstones and present my book to people in the city. It was I have no words about that day because the emotions were
Yeah,
so big, so big. Would not think about them.
yeah,
I need time. I came back to Greece 3 days later, also having attended the game against Bournemouth, and I started saying stories to my friends, and that was the first time I
you could
told
process
things
it.
to my friend to myself. Yes,
Yeah,
it was exceptional. Yes, but that was a really emotional time. I felt home. Really, I
yeah.
felt home, and
I love
I
love
have
that.
no words from this. When they ask me what did you like the most in Liverpool, I always say the people, and I
Nice,
will. This is will be the answer forever. The people.
brilliant. Okay, so last thing I want to talk to you about.
Yeah,
Um, a massive Panathinaikos fan, first of all. Um, how did you
you.
feel? No, 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 I'm not. No, I don't know. I don't know too much about Panathinaikos. I'll be completely honest, and the reasoning behind that is I'm a Liverpool fan first and foremost. But obviously, I've followed ex-Liverpool players go there, ones that you've mentioned. Um, what was your feelings when one of your biggest rival players then comes to Liverpool in Kostas Tsimikas?
Uh, you know, uh, I have, of course, I love so much Panathinaikos, but I, I cannot explain how my father did it, but he made me love my team without hating the rivals.
Yeah,
We hate in terms of football, but
yeah,
outside the pitch, nothing to separate us. So I was really happy for Costas because I was admiring him a lot. Yeah, even when he was on loan in the Netherlands, I think, and yeah, it's a really nice story because here in Greece we never had stars known in the world. Even if we won the Euros in 2004, our team was not stars,
Yeah.
full of stars. But that was, I think, one of the biggest transfers for Greek player outside the outside Greece, and going to the English champions was wow. And so yes, it was really nice for me as a little fan also to have a Greek player
Yeah.
in the team, and I really love his attitude also. And he's a great case study of Costas, and about he, of how hard working
Mhm.
he struggled in the very first season, but then we all see how hard he works, and um, that his work paid off. And
Yeah,
we
he
also
has.
need him now. We also need him now.
Exactly. He's probably got a good 2 months now where he's going to be the first choice left back. So um, that must be an exciting time for a Greece fan also.
Yeah, yeah, of course, of course. I was attending 2 days before the game between Greece and Netherlands, and
Okay.
I enjoyed watching in the stadium two players of Liverpool playing against each other. It was completely. I have to say something. I was in a stadium of 30,000 seats,
Hmm.
full packed, and all these kind of things, and you could hear in every corner of the pitch the voice of Virgil. What was that? What was, oh my god! You could hear the sound of his voice shouting to his teammates,
A real
and
leader.
it was really nice. Yeah, he's a great leader, and also a gentleman, because I had the chance to meet him in the same morning, because I went to the hotel to give him a book, and he was really nice. He's smiling. He was gentleman also with other fans that came over there, and I really love him a lot, because you see Virgil, and you think maybe he is not so kind
Yeah.
person, but he's really nice guy. Yeah,
Great. Great. Okay. Marius, let's call it a podcast there. Um,
yeah.
but first of all, I'd like to thank you for being a guest on the
Oh my
podcast.
god,
It's great to have you on. Secondly, congratulations on the book.
thank
Uh,
you so
you
much.
know, I hope more people listen to this and they go out and buy it and, help you even
Thank you.
further. But yeah, thanks so much and hopefully catch up with you soon.
Yeah, of course. Thank you so much. It was an honor.
Thank you.